Now here's a supply line from your header. Now you could put this, you can put a garden hose on the end of this. This is what I use this for. I would just, you can take this PCV cutter and you can put that on your hose and it'll cut it off clean as a whistle. And then you can stick the hose in there, and that would, you would hook your supply line, say that's 3/8 for your drippers, and then you'd use this size tubing and you'd put it in that end as long as you need. Mine are 33 feet long, so this would go on there with a 33 foot long piece of this tubing, and you would have put these emitters in the spacing you want. These are about 6 inches. You can put them anywhere you want. You have to buy a bag of these and you never have enough. I bought this big bag, and what you do is you take one of those little things and you slide it on that little end, and you put the hose in there where you want, and you just line that up on the hose and it'll pop in. You open it up and you slide the hose out, and that will be in there. You can see where a spider or something's built in that, and that's the way you put them in. Every 6 inches, every 12, every 18, every 36, whatever you want. If you're watering a little garden bed with a bunch of flowers in it, you could actually lay the hose out and put these emitters where each plant is, and you turn on one valve and everything gets watered. Now if you want to do pots and things that don't need a lot of water, these blue ones drip less water per hour. This is a standard one. I think it's 2 gallons per hour. And you use these to hook it to your supply line. On the other end of the dripper, you push that on the tube and you put a cap on it, and then you run water through it to flush out all the trash. You put a cap on the end. They sell these caps. They all come with hoses, rubber washers in them, and you put that on the end. When you turn the water on, it comes out these drippers. The supply line works the same way. If you wanted to take and put this, you just put that on the supply line by pushing that up on it about a 1/2 inch, and then you can put a garden hose to it. You could make a T and run a line left and right off of it. There's many options, but you have to draw it out first. And I think that's just about it with everything. You do need this tool. It will save you a lot of time, and that's the name of the company that I buy it from, and I get it from an outfit in Texas, and they supply this all over the world. And these cutters can be bought at a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's made for cutting PCV pipe, and it'll make short work of this. Can't do it one-handed. But that's all I can think of right now. You can buy a package of washers, because on your supply lines, see, they come with a washer on it and a screen, but you can pop those out, and over time the chemicals in your water will erode these and have a hole in it. That fine wire mesh screen, if it passes through that, it'll come through the dripper, and you would never run this without these in place. And I put it on my water line that supplies my valve, and then each one of my my header lines have one of these on it, and then I buy enough of them. Each one of my supply lines to the drippers have one. So I've got at the faucet, I've got one, at the valve I've got one, at the outflow of the different 6-7 places on my valve I have one, and then on the drippers each line has one, so you don't get any trash to clog these up. Because if you had these I do them every 18 inches, and I plant my tomatoes every 3 feet, and since the roots go left and right, that's getting water, you know, between the plants. And if you had two or three of them dry up, you could lose several plants in a row because you thought they were getting watered. Is their irrigation system. Once I get it all tied in with the drip lines, I'll tie this stuff together with these hose, and it'll just be one bundle going down through there. And that is the one I will tie on that little place right there by the post and run it down on these cucumbers so that I can turn it on and get them wet. And see, all I had to do is tie my 33-foot long drip lines, and we put them down first, and then we put the tomatoes in the ground. Those tomatoes have 8 inches of root in the carton and another 8 inches before it comes out the soil. Once they root, we will have a ton of tomatoes.